Welcome to magical Marrakech. If this is your first time planning a trip here, you're probably feeling a little excited and maybe just a little bit overwhelmed. We've been there and we've been there. So don't worry, we've got you covered. Today we want to cover 12 important tips to help you with your planning and getting started. Plus, be sure to stick around for the bonus tip. Stay tuned for visas and airport tips to find your way through the Medina without losing your mind. Today we're sharing everything we wish we knew before arriving in Marrakech. We really wish there was a video like this when we were planning our trip. Which is why today, we'll also cover important things like why you should definitely leave your drone at home, how to avoid getting ripped off with taxis, and where to stay for the best experience, and so much more. So stay tuned because these tips will help you start your adventure the right way. Calm, confident, and ready to discover the magic of Morocco. Number 1. Check visa requirements before traveling. This might seem like a no-brainer, but it's an important part and things can change over time. So be sure to double-check your travel requirements online. Based on the time of our visit, we noticed many nationalities like Canada, US, and Europe didn't need a visa for stays under 90 days. However, some countries do, so always double-check Moroccan visa policies before you book. And your passport must be valid for at least 6 months beyond the arrival date. Great, now moving on. Number 2, prepare for immigration forms. Many countries have migrated their immigration forms from paper to online. Make sure to have a pen handy in case you do need to fill out an immigration card. Also, make sure to have your Riad or hotel address handy. It's best to be over-prepared and ready to provide information if requested. Number 3, pre-arrange airport transfers if possible. Marrakech Airport is relatively close to downtown. You can expect a 15 to 25 minute ride depending on distance to your accommodation and traffic. Oh, and cabs can be chaotic. When arriving, you won't find a shortage of taxi cabs waiting for you at the arrival gate. You can take a gamble and land on a great driver, but chances are they might try to pull a fast one on you, especially if it's your first time in Morocco. If you choose this option, be sure to negotiate before getting into the cab. Prices should range around 100 to 150 Moroccan Dirhams. From the airport to the Medina. We recommend that you avoid the headaches and the stress, especially on your first day in Morocco, and pre-book your ride with your Riad or hotel if possible. It avoids overpaying, scams, or stressful negotiations. And even better, you can pre-book your transfer with GetYourGuide, thereby avoiding any nasty surprises. Actually, we made the decision to book all our excursions in Morocco with GetYourGuide. And we'll dive deeper into that later on, so stay tuned. Moreover, if you're staying near the Jima El Lefna town square, you'll be able to walk to many sites and attractions. Alternatively, you can find taxis for longer distances. You'll want to know that Morocco has 2 types of taxis. One that's called Petit taxi or small taxi, which are usually used for short distances and not for carrying luggage pieces of any kind. For these taxis, it's also advisable to ask the driver to activate the meter or pre-negotiate your ride. Alternatively, they also have the regular or large taxis, which, you guessed it, are for longer distances and for carrying larger pieces of luggage. These rides you'll find near the train or bus stations and will most likely need to negotiate for your ride. Number 4. Don't bring a drone. Don't bring a drone. I brought my low-pro camera bag, and they had me open it various times to check if I had a drone. And they grabbed my Nikon and kept asking me over and over if I had a drone somewhere, on the way into the country and on the way out. So drones are illegal to bring in Morocco without a very specific government permit. Customs will confiscate drones at the airport, and you may not even get them back, ever. So if you have one, leave it at home to avoid the risk. Number 5, choosing where to stay, riads or hotels. Choosing where to stay in Marrakech will make a difference in your experience. Staying inside the Medina, which is the old city, is our recommendation for an authentic experience. But depending on your stress level and noise tolerance, it can appear to be more chaotic. Alternatively, you might want to consider staying in Ville Nouvelle, which is the new town, more modern hotels, but a bit further from attractions. If possible, we recommend to stay near the Jima El Efna town square for the most part of your stay, thereby absorbing the city's culture, energy, and authenticity. Then you might want to consider migrating closer to the airport before you fly back home. Especially if you have an early flight back. You might not enjoy navigating your way out of the Medina at 6 o'clock in the morning. Moreover, riads are traditional Moroccan homes with courtyards. Years ago, Moroccans lived in these riads, which served to house the growing families. Riads also have an inner courtyard, which is where the family members would enjoy some fresh air. We personally enjoyed our stay at Riad Zarqa for various reasons. It was located in the Medina, but on the edge, making it easy to navigate in and out, and surprisingly quiet. Plus, we had a great host by the name of Simo, who even came to pick us up at the taxi drop-off. It's worth noting that cars cannot circulate the Jima El Efna town square after a certain time in the morning. So Simo's help was most useful, because without him, we might not have found our way to the Riad. We booked our stay at the Riad Zarqa using our Hotels.com account, and we'll leave our affiliate link in the description and blog for your convenience. We're immensely grateful for those of you who use it, as it allows us to continue producing valuable content like this. Additionally, Riads offer charm and a peaceful retreat. But check if they're easy to find. Some are deep inside the maze. You can always use the large squares like Jima El Efna as a reference. Pro tip: contact your Riad to arrange a porter for luggage if it's deep inside the Medina. Tip number 6: bring some cash. Morocco uses dirhams. It's a closed currency, which means it's not always available to exchange prior to your trip. Consequently, ATMs are easy to find in Marrakech, including at the airport. Based on our experience, airports don't always have the best exchange rates. We were told by locals to change our money at the Hotel Ali, located on the edge of Jima El Efna. At some point, you'll need dirhams, because many places in the Medina are cash only, like small cafes, souks, taxi rides. And with dirhams, you have more negotiating power. You'll enjoy knowing that many attractions can be paid using cards. We recommend that you pre-purchase your entry tickets before even arriving in Morocco. Here's why. For starters, you'll save Moroccan dirhams, which you'll need at some point. Next, I tried to buy tickets to the Jardin Majorelle the night before our visit, and their site didn't jive with my credit card, as it was asking me further authentication. i.e., I would have had to open my phone by removing the airplane mode and pay extra fees. The other reason is because Jardin Majorelle and Yves Saint Laurent Museum are popular attractions, and they fill up quickly, and they operate by timelines. So when buying a ticket in advance, you're guaranteeing your spot in line. Number 7, get a local eSIM or SIM card. Airlo or Holofly are excellent examples. If you watched our Ouarzazate or Essaouira vlogs, you'll see that we tested both of these platforms. Both operate differently. Airlo offers you low prices, low data plans, but for longer durations. Contrarily, Holofly is a little bit more expensive, but offers you unlimited data for a specific duration. So then it's up to you to see which plan suits you best. Ellie will leave these links in our video's description and blog. You might be thinking, sure, Wi-Fi is widespread in riads and cafes, but having data for Google Maps, translation apps, And communication is a lifesaver in Marrakech. We had a solid 4G connection at the time, which allowed us to navigate the winding Medinas and kept us connected as we traveled by train from Marrakech to Fez and beyond. Number 8, expect culture shock and embrace it. Marrakech is intense. Lots of sounds, smells, colors, people approaching you to sell you things. And this is all part of the charm and experience. Our best advice is to stay calm, smile, and politely decline if you're not interested. Learn basic words like La Shukran, which means no thank you in Arabic. It'll save you a lot of stress. But we usually manage to find people who spoke French or English. Number 9, dress modestly. Even though Marrakech is a touristy city, it's still culturally conservative. Based on their culture, both men and women should wear long pants or skirts and cover their shoulders where possible. Despite that, we noticed many individuals with tank tops and shorts, and some even looked uncomfortable with all the stares they were getting. Ellie researched this topic prior to our visit and purchased clothing which conforms with their culture. Feel free to do the same, as it'll make you feel more respectful and comfortable. And all the more reason to shop for traditional Moroccan clothing in the Medina. Number 10, plan for Friday closures. Friday is the holy day in Islam. Some attractions, shops, and services may be closed or operate on limited hours, especially during Friday prayer time. We work this in our favor by planning excursions outside the city, since certain attractions would be closed anyways. Note to self, always double check opening hours if you're planning a major sightseeing on a Friday. Number 11, beware of helpful strangers. It's common for people to offer directions or help and then ask you for a tip. I even heard a story from an acquaintance who fell into this trap. If someone insists on guiding you somewhere, be clear that you don't need their assistance or agree on a price beforehand. And like I mentioned earlier, Airlo or Holafly will usually work well in the Medinas. But remember, you're connecting to their network, so if it fails, you might be happy to have downloaded Google Maps offline, for example. Tip number 12, negotiate before you buy anything. Haggling is part of their culture. It's not rude, it's expected. Moreover, we heard from locals that it's kind of a game for the merchants. Vendors in the souks often start with a very high price, sometimes as high as 3 times the actual value. If you'd like to sharpen up your negotiating skills, Marrakech is the perfect place to start. But don't worry if you're not an expert. Just smile, counteroffer, and don't be afraid to walk away. It's part of the dance. And don't be afraid to lowball and negotiate on your terms. You might also want to calculate your highest acceptable price before you negotiate. And last but not least, bonus tip, don't overpack your schedule. Marrakech is a sensory overload. Leave some gaps to wander. Sit at cafes, or escape to a quiet garden. You'll enjoy the city much more if you don't rush from one side to another. And we've got some great places to recommend, so stay tuned for upcoming Marrakech series. And if you're wondering about day trips from Marrakech, be sure to check out our published vlogs. We had an amazing time at the Atlas Studios in Ait Ben Haddou, as well as our day trip to Essaouira. Check out these vlogs on our channel. And that's it! These were our insights to help you arrive in Marrakech feeling prepared, confident, and ready to dive into Morocco's magic. Moreover, we hope these insights help make your trip planning and first moments in the city a lot easier and a whole lot more enjoyable. If you like this vlog and you found it useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow. Plus, if you have any other questions about arriving in Morocco, or if you've already been and you want to share tips of your own, then go ahead and add them in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, because in next week's vlog, we'll be diving deeper into Marrakech, discovering rooftop cafes, hidden gems, gardens, and so much more. Thanks for watching, everyone. Shukran lil mushahadati. Catch you in the Medina next.